So if you go to this repo here, we'll take a look at what we're going to do. I have app with on the master branch on this. If you want to go ahead and clone it, I have a bunch of SVG files here. I mean, I'm sorry, these might be a little bit small. So I'm going to show you what we're going to want to do. We're going to go, well, let's just run this app for now. There we go. It's empty, nothing there. But what we'd like to have, maybe we could have tabs at the bottom. And we'd like to show some images. And I am going to go ahead and pull up the asset library. So we have a bunch of missing icons on here, but we have these SVG files. So what we need to do is add the Speculid files to this, so that way we can go ahead and have the actual graphics in our asset library. So the first one I want to do is add the logo and the word, because I want to add a logo for the launch page, the launch screen. So you can see the launch screen here. We're supposed to have a logo and a word mark. So let's go ahead and add that. So I'm just going to create a file called BrightDigit word.speculid. It's just a JSON file. I'm going to copy it actually from the home page. Since it's two parent directories back, we're going to have to do 2 double dots. And then that will take us back to here. And then we need to grab the directory for the word mark, which is word.imageset. And then we say the name of the SVG file. In this case, it is BrightDigit word.svg. I'm going to remove the geometry because we really need that. So just to clarify, neither of these files, by the way, need to be added as target membership because we don't actually package them with the app. What will be packaged with the app is the PNG files and PDF files that will be included with the app. So going back here. So we're going to export these 4 files, the one PDF file, the 1x, 2x, and 3x PNG files. Source is relative, since it's in the same directory, we can just say the name of the SVG file right there. And then we have the relative path to the image set. Next, I'm going to add the run step, the run script phase. I want that early on in the build process. So if you go to your project and you go to your target, we have the build phase right here at the top. And then we have right here where we can add the run script. Again, I'm copying this from the home page. We're going to copy this code here. And we are adding that. Find within the root of the source any .speculid file. If so, go ahead and run the process command on that file. All right, so in theory, this is a live demo. This really is live. When I run this, we should get our 1 PDF file and 3 PNG files. So let's just go ahead and build and see what happens. Beautiful. There we go. We've got a PDF file, and we have PNG for 1x, PNG for 2x, PNG for 3x. Let's go ahead and add, we're going to add 2 2 more Speculid files for the logo, because we want one that's an image set to be used on the launch screen, and then one for the app icon. So let's go ahead and do that. Don't need to add it to the target. BrightDigit logo .speculid. I'm going to call this app icon.speculid. Okay. Let's add. Just gonna copy this for now. Logo. Again, the name for the set comes from the name here. And if you added a folder, you would have to make sure you specify that. So we're talking about logo, which is this one here. And then we need to add the app icon. Let's go ahead and do that. And that has a different, grab the name right. What I would do is you want to add the SVG files and Speculid files to your GitHub repo. And you don't need to add the PNG files and PDFs to your GitHub repo. When you build the app, those resulting images will be added to the app. So in other words, what I suppose you're talking about here is with the package the ones in the asset. Right, those are the ones that PNG files and PDF files will be the ones actually used in the app. You don't actually use the SVG files in the app. They're converted through Speculid, so they can be used in the app. So hopefully I answered that question. Yeah, and I add a git ignore, and I will show that later. I have a git ignore line to not add the PNG files and PDF files to the GitHub repo, because it's a lot of binary files that I don't. A lot of bloat, and you're just going to build it. It's a resulting build file. So app icon set. This is not going to work, and I'm going to show you why. So let me show the simulator. All right, here's my brand new iPhone XR with no apps on it. Let's run the app and see why this is not going to look very pretty. Okay, you probably just saw that. So we're good with the launch screen, but our app icon is hideous. This is because when you've converted it to a bit, you've included the transparency. App icon should not have a transparency. Therefore, you will need to remove the transparency, which luckily we can do with the app. So this is a hex code for white. I'm just gonna make it white. Actually, just to mess with things, I'm going to go ahead and change it to red. So alpha, red, green, blue. You pretty much are used to this. So we're removing the alpha, we're removing the transparency from the SVG file, precisely because it looks hideous without that, and app icons need to have the transparency removed from the PNG file. So if we remove this, we should get an app icon with a red background. Oh, doesn't it look gorgeous? No, I don't think it does. So we're just going to go back to white. Cool. All right. So we have the app icon. We have the launch screen. Pretty cool. Let's add some tabs. So sorry, this is going to be some Swift UI stuff. I just figured, what the heck? People love Swift UI now. Let's try it out. We're going to add it. Series of tabs here. I was having issues earlier with the canvas, so I'm just going to run the simulator to preview it. So we just have an empty view, that's why you don't see anything. But we're going to add basically like a tabbed view. Essentially it's a view with an image, and then we add a tab to the bottom with your typical image with text at the bottom, kind of what you've seen in a old-fashioned tab view controller. So view for string. Let's add one for news, and let's see what happens. Get a crash because there is no image named news, which is what we knew because we have not added that. We have news, but we don't actually have any graphics attached. So let's go ahead and add the Speculid file for that. So I'm going to go into news. I'm going to create a new file again, empty file. The image set is called news, and the SVG file is called news. All right, cool. Well, let's see what we get. This is going to be interesting because I think this is not going to look very good. Yep, this looks hideous. What we have here is we have a massive SVG file that needs to be scaled down because it is not the size for a tab view. So we're going to add a property here called geometry, and we're going to give it a size of 30. What this means is we're doing with geometry is we are saying that the width will be 30 and then scale the height accordingly. There's some other ways you can do geometry. So you can either specify the height or the width. If I want to say what the height would be and then scale the width accordingly, we do this. If we want just the width and then scale the height accordingly so that the ratio stays the same, we remove the X. So that's just to let you know how geometry works. Okay, this should look good. Let's run it and see if I am correct. I'm going to show the simulator. Beautiful. That's what we want. I'm going to move on to adding some more tabs. So let's go ahead and do that. And we get to learn a little bit of Swift UI in the process. Let's see, what was the other one I was going to add? Videos and view. Contact. I feel like I'm missing something with the podcast. Actually, I know exactly what I was going to do. We're going to call it EAS, named after my podcast, and we're going to set with label podcast. That's what I was going to do. Okay. And contact, same thing. What is a show file? Are you teasing? Yeah, there we go. Does that answer the question? So there's that. Contact, we have that. So we're just adding these new tabs. And then lastly, videos. Videos.svg. Awesome. So now we have our 5 tabs for the podcast, for the Swift blog, for videos, and for contact. Tag. Tag? I think it's tag. That is not set up right now. That is a feature. How you're talking about, like, when you first run the app, you have to drag each icon in. Is that drag each of these over manually? So I have to go in and go iPad. And well, the nice thing is, I mean, you only have to do it once. Once you do it, you should be good. Especially if you're committing the contents JSON and the Speculid file. Those file names will automatically be set up. That is something you are interested in. Let me send you a link. So we have a Github Repo, and I would appreciate a vote up. You're welcome. Have a great day.